place value for the alphabets, we have certain given rules which are multiples of certain numbers. Ejoti is a very famous one because Ejoti is actually the multiple of 5. If I check the place value of E, then E stands for 5. Similarly, for J we have 10, for O we have 15, for T we have 20, and for Y we have 25. That means 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 are all regular multiples of 5, and so Ejoti is a really very easy and common method to find out the place value of different alphabets. Moving next, we also have a thing to remember the place value of all those alphabets which are a multiple of 3. And the method of learning it is Syphil Oryx. If I see Syphil Oryx, then starting from 3, I have C. Next, I have a F, which is 6. Then I have an I, which is 9. Then I have an L, which is 12. So Syphil makes 3, 6, 9, 12. After which I have Oryx. Now O stands for 15, R stands for 18, U stands for 21, and the last multiple present is X, which is 24. So this makes Syphil Oryx as the multiple of 3. Moving next, we have the DHL PTX. So in DHL PTX, DHL is actually starting from 4, 8, 12, and PTX is equals to 16, 20, 24. So if I'm not wrong, I'm very sure that you have already got the correct answer, that it is a multiple of 4. Yes, so DHL PTX is easy form of remembering all the place values of the alphabets which are a multiple of 4. Guys, it is very interesting and very nice, isn't it? But I have better ways of remembering a particular alphabet with a particular number. The first one starts from A, but I am very sure that A to E is known to everyone because A to E is the first 5 alphabets and everyone knows their place value very easily. The interesting part starts from F. F is equals to 6 and G is equal to 7. But do you know how I remember G as 7? I remember G as 7 with the help of this. This is how I can write G with 7. So if I associate G with a 7, then I can remember that the place value of G will be 7. Similarly, if I try to remember the place value of H, I will go for a digital clock. Have you ever seen how to represent 8 in a digital clock? We generally represent it like this. So over here, is it looking similar to H? You will say yes, ma'am. We just have to add 2 lines more to it to make it a 8. And so we can remember the place value of H to be 8. Fun, right? Similarly, if I go and look for I, if I try to write capital I in cursive writing, then I will see that it very much looks similar to my 9. And so I can remember that 9 is the place value for the alphabet I. And J is what we all know with the help of Ejoti, which is equals to 10. Now, how many of you are fans of cricket? If you are, and if you see IPL, then I'm very sure that you people can remember that Kings 11 Punjab is a team of IPL. And from this, I very well remember that K stands for 11, and so I can remember the place value of K to be 11. But you know, many of my students have come up with many new tricks to remember the place value of K, which I'll discuss with you all in the class. So let's meet in the class and discuss more such tricks of remembering the place values of different alphabets. Moving next, we have L. In the L one, if you try to pronounce L, something like 12 is also rhyming with it, isn't it? So L12. Since both of them are rhyming, yeah, say it with me. L12. So since both are rhyming, guys, I can remember that L stands for 12. And this is how we'll proceed with it, guys. Very nice, very easy. Let's have a look on some other alphabets. If I move forward, and the next one is M in the list. Now M is really beautiful. You know why? Because if I rotate M, I will get a 3, isn't it? But you will say, ma'am, 3 is already taken up by C. So I'll tell you, try to find out any other place value which is very much similar, like which is having 3 in its units place. So you will say, ma'am, 13 is possible, 23 is possible, but 33? No, that is not possible. Why? Because we have only 26 alphabets and 23 and 13 can be the only possible numbers for M. And as we know that M is really far from Z, which is 26, so therefore the only possibility of M can be 13. So that's how we remember the place value of M to be 13. Now just like M, we also have W, right? And if I rotate this W, I'll still get a 3. And as you know that C has already occupied 3, M has already occupied 13. So the only place value left which is ending with a 3 is 23. And we know that because W is near Z also, so W will have the place value of 23. So that's how we can remember the place value at M and W easily. Moving next, we have N, guys, and every child knows that when is the International Children's Day? The Children's Day is on 14th of November, and so N and 14 have some special relation, isn't it? Yes. Moving next, we have O. So O is related to Ijoti, and so we very well remember the position value of O to be 15. And the next one is P. So if I try to invert P, it will something look like 6, but we always remember that 6 is already taken up by F. 26 is already taken up by Z. The only place value which will have 6 at its units position will be 16, and so 16 is the place value of P. By the way, your teacher has special reasons to remember P is equals to 16. Why? Because my name starts from P. Okay.
Okay, so that was all about the video, and now let me show you the reading material. I'll just exit. Yeah. So, so this would be your reading material. So guys, you'd be getting lots and lots to read, the video and then the reading material. Okay, so let's have a glance on what you'll be getting. Analogy. Okay, so this is like a nice reading material, and then again one more for coding, decoding. All right, then coming up to the exercise files, so these would be your exercises. So there would be questions, MCQ based questions which you need to solve. Okay, so first try to solve it like that only, and then we would be giving you the answer keys also along with the exercises, so you can then check it through these sheets. Okay, these are the answer keys, right? So these are the two exercise files which we would be sharing, and these would be the two answer keys files which we would be sharing. And then the final one would be the mock test. Okay, so this would be shared after the class. All right, so the pattern followed would be similar to the this exercise which I showed you, but then since it is a mock test, I won't be showing you the answers. Okay, the question, sorry, and this would be having the answer key as well. All right, so these two files would be shared with you after the class gets over. So before the class, you will be getting the video, the reading material, okay, and the exercises, and for those exercises, the answer keys as well, right? So lots and lots to read and study. So come prepared with for the class, and then your Priyasha ma'am would be, solving all the doubts, and she would be surely taking a recap of what you have studied through the video and the reading material, and then she'd be having more and more questions for you to solve. Okay, so thank you so much. And now I think so we should begin with the demo, sir.
Yeah, I think we should just start with the demo. I think
Yeah.
that's one thing that everybody is anxiously waiting for.
Yes, absolutely. So over to you, Priyasha.
Yeah, only the host can share. So
Yeah, I'll just, yes, now you
yeah,
can.
thank you. I'll do it 1 second, please. By the way, many people are still confused on that first question which you showed them. Guys, the thing is that all the other options, Priyansh, please stop sharing. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so you can stop the sharing option and I will just switch off the annotations as well. Because my kids are really creative, no? All their creativity comes out on the screen, isn't it? Okay, guys. So we will get started with this class. And for the previous question, because I don't have this question right now in this PPT of mine, but I'll just let you know that see, everything has a different in it. Like someone was a bigger in size, someone was smaller in size. So because of its size, it was different. Similarly, some was of a different color. So therefore, it was again different. There was one circle also. So the shape was different. So that made that also wrong, and the option B, I remember, did not have a border in it. So there were 4 reasons why the B, C, D, and E were different from each other. But A had one or the other property similar to all the other 4 options. And that makes it the odd one out. Got it, all of you? Many of you were still confused in this. Fine, guys. Okay, so we will start with the class, and I like to tell you all that as Aarti was telling about the chocolate questions, what are these chocolate questions basically? In the chocolate questions, these are specially created questions by your Priyasha ma'am. And in these questions, I make sure that you will either have a flavor of the Olympiad, that means they will be of the Olympiad level questions. Otherwise, sometimes they will be from the previous year question papers only. So I'll either give you questions from the previous year question paper, or I'll give you some very similar questions which you can expect in the upcoming Olympiads. Fine. And for now, this class, we will be covering lots and lots of topics. We will be covering topics on coding, decoding, analogy, and classification. And in the video you saw, no, we did so many tricks till P. I'll be telling you more such tricks till Z when we will do the classes. Okay, not in the demo. We'll do that in the class. Okay, fine. So let's get started with the first question, guys. And yes, I can see that some of you were also confused about the the way the classes will take place. So you will be getting all the materials, the video, the exercises, everything before the class. You will have to complete all of that and come in the class where we will be discussing those questions, discussing those doubts. And after, when you finish this, you will be taking a test on this, and the test will be of 25 questions. So after, suppose Saturdays is the first class for you, so after Saturday you will be getting a topic test, and you will be giving this 25 questions test in only 30 minutes, so that you will understand how much you learned from these videos and these classes. Okay, so that's the way how we'll proceed. And if you still have any doubt in the topic test, we will discuss that on a Sunday. That's the next day. Finally, now let's start. Here's the first question we have on our screen for the letter coding. So let's see how many of you can break this down. And I want the answer along with the logic. So just write the logic in the chat box along with the answers you give. Okay, guys, this is the first question. Okay, Aryan, can you tell me the logic, please? I don't think this is the right answer. What makes you give option A as the correct answer? Huh, Aryan? See, looking at Aryan, everyone is coming up with A now. Harshini, I want the logic, please. Spash, Vibhor, Hemang. Nope, nope. Need to check the answers again. Okay, Agriya. Okay, Anurag. Nope. Okay, Anvesha did it very quickly. She said that, ma'am, just because S is there and T is just next to S, so I will do just +1, right? But nope, nope. We still have to see and very carefully observe what is happening.
Here we can know that S stands for 19. How do we remember this? We will discuss in the class how to remember S as 19, as T as 20. Okay, we'll do that in the very no. I think we will do this in the third class of our normal classes. Very good, Tanya. That's great. Brilliant. See, very good, Aryan. Okay, now I am coming up with correct answers from Aman, Srinidhi. Very good, Anurag. Very good, Gurtej. Well done. So he has given the complete explanation. Fine. So this means that for the first letter, guys, we can see that S is 19 as T is 20. So this means that we are having a +1 relationship, isn't it? But what happens in I and H? If I see I, if you remember the video, guys, it looks like the cursive writing I. So it looks like 9. So I is 9, H is the digital clock 8. So what is the relation between 9 and 8? The relation is -1. So therefore, what is happening in the logic? Correct, Anurag? It's +1, -1, +1, -1. So if we find out our answer, now the interesting part is we got the logic. Now we have to see how can we reduce our time to solve such questions. Welcome, Anvesha. So first is R. So we know that the first letter will be +1, the next letter will be -1, then +1, then the last letter will also be -1. So what will we do? We will do the first letter +1. So R +1 is S. Option C, option D, gone. Option elimination. This method is called option elimination. Now I will not check for any other thing. I'll just check for the last one. If I check for the last one, N is 14 and -1 will give me 13. 13 means we just learned it in the video. 13 means an M. So my answer should start with S, end with M. And there is only one option which is satisfying this condition, and that is option B, right? So always remember, guys, whenever you get questions like this, you are going to relate the first term from here and the first term from here. Similarly, the second term from here and the second term from here. If the first and the second term are not changing, then you can assume that we are having it for all the options, like for all the different letters. But if it is changing, then we will check for the third one also, okay? Because when we go for higher classes, the question remains same. The logic becomes +1, +2, +3, like this, okay? We will deal with all such questions, don't worry. So the first type of question was really easy, really interesting, and all of you just gave the correct answer. So well done. Let's proceed to the next type of question. Thank you, Hemang. Let's get started with this question, guys. Over here, you can see that place value has no role. Here, place value is having no role. This type of coding is known as number to letter coding, and it is also known as fixed coding. Fixed because a certain alphabet is fixed to a certain number. So let's carefully observe this. And I want someone to tell me the short trick also. Okay, great. Very good, very good. No. Suryansh, good. Very good, Shubhanshi. Okay, Nityant doesn't know. No problem, Nityant. Have a look. Just wait for 5 more seconds. I'll tell you the answer for it. No, Nityant. When you will know when you will know the logic, no, you will say, "Oh my God, ma'am, it was so easy." Very good, Aryan. Well done, well done, well done. Okay, so because most of you are giving answer A as the correct answer, what will your teacher do? Teacher will also agree to you people. So teacher agrees that option A is the correct answer, but the question is how? Those who did not get it, okay, stop spamming the chat, guys. Let's concentrate on how to do this question. We see that every time E comes, it is associated with the number 1. Similarly, here also in the third place, I am having number 1. This means that each letter is associated with a different number, and this is known as fixed coding. So in this scenario, what we will do?
we will see we have two very interesting ways of doing it. First of all, we will see R. R is a fixed, having a fixed number. So whatever the number is, don't you think that the number will get repeated, guys? Yes? Yes, the number will get repeated. We see that R is equals to 4. That means the only option where 4 is getting repeated 2 times is only option A. So what do you think? If you think in this way, won't you solve this question only in 5 seconds? Oh, Nityan didn't think of it. I told you, Nityansh, I know that you will have this, expression on your face. That's correct, guys. R is 4 and it is present only in option A. Otherwise, if you see, okay, it is repeated in B, but repeated at the end. And we see that in the arrest, we are having 2 and 3, right? So, okay, one more interesting thing is T, guys. If you see that all the last digits are different, right? So if the last digits are different, so we will just go and search for T. What is the code value of T? The code value of T is 3. So therefore, in my last digit, which of the following options is having a 3 in the last place? It is only option A. So just like I told you in my introduction that in my classes, I give everyone the opportunity to come up with multiple logics of solving the question. So like this only, we can solve a given question in million ways. Okay, so the answer was option A, guys. Let's get started with another question. Fine. Ready? This one is interesting. This one is very simple also. This is a question of substitution. So, guys, today every question is a chocolate question. So, you're going to enjoy all the questions. Well done. Okay. Good, good, good. Everyone coming up with the correct answer. Wow. That was a piece of cake, ma'am. After so many cute questions, you came up with a very easy one. Someone coming up with B also. Why B? Okay. I need logic. Those who are saying ink is the correct answer. Well done. Why? There is a method of solving this question, guys. So, especially I'll be explaining it to those who came up with butter. Okay. So, guys, have a look. Oh, I got it. Two kinds of confusion happens in this. A is called B. So, if I call A as B, that means B is my final answer. No, we will not go one step back. We will go one step in front. Like I give you an example. For doing these questions, first try to find out the real question. What is the real question? Step 1, the real question is what is used for washing hands? Now, what is the real answer for this? Tell me, guys, real answer in the chat box. What do we use for washing hands out of the given options? Soap, absolutely correct. We use a soap, but this is our real answer. Now, I'll go back and check what is my coded answer. What is my coded answer? So how will I find out the coded answer? Butter is called soap, but soap is called ink. So as I told, we have to go one step forward. Okay. So the real answer is soap, but it is coded as ink. So therefore, my final answer will be ink. That is the coded answer. Okay. So this is the way how we do these questions. Yes, Nityan, soap is not called butter. Butter is called soap. Correct, butter. So if I say, what do you eat with a jam? You eat butter. That is the correct answer. But that is written as, suppose I call you N, Nityan. Okay, so if I call you N, so that means your name is now N only. So if I say that this boy is really good, what do they understand? They understand it with the help of your new name. So we will always have the new name as our final answer. Got it, everyone? Okay, let's proceed to the next question then. Now this one is going to be really interesting. Let's see how many of you can solve this in a while. I'll be waiting for answers. Let's check out. The technique of solving this is really interesting. By the time you are solving, I'll write the question. Nope, nope. Okay, I'll not take the name of those people who are coming up with right answers, because then everyone else will understand. I'll wait. I'll give you only 20 seconds. Try to solve it in that time. Solve, solve. By the time I finish writing it on the screen, solve it. Can't understand Mongolian language? No, I don't know which language it is actually. Okay, fine. Then we have Pi Lake Toll, and we have many good stories again. Fine. So time's up, guys. Ma'am has completed writing it on the screen. So what I'll do in these questions, don't know the logic. So not to worry. Ma'am is here to help you. Guys, if we want to know what is the code of joke, obviously we need to find joke. So if this is statement number 1, this is statement number 2, and this is statement number 3. So where can you find joke? In which statement number? Answer me one by one. Very good. Very good. One. Correct. Joke is present here. So it is in 1. So either the answer will be by, either the answer will be nai, or the answer will be pi. Okay. So we will check. Is nai matching with something in statement 1 and 2? Yes. Yes, nai is matching. Nai is the coded word which is matching. And in the real meaning side also, you will have some words which are matching. What is that word? You will say, ma'am, some and some are matching, and nai are matching. Can you see it carefully? Nai is matching in statement 1 and 2, and some is also matching in statement 1 and 2. Oh, very good, Aryan. So, nai is equals to some now. So, this got eliminated. Nai cannot be the answer. Now, who can find pi common? Can anyone find pi common in number 1 and number 3? Very good, Aryan. Very good, Aditya. Very nice. So, pi and pi is common, and pi means what? It is common to which way? Good. Very good. It is common to good. So, pi also gone. What are we left with? What are we left with? We are left with by. So that means by will be the answer for jokes. Did you all get it, guys? The shortcut way of doing it is finding out the similar codes. The moment you look at the question, with the help of black pen, I can show you that nai and nai are repeated, pi and pi are repeated. So that means the only term which is not repeated will be the answer for jokes. So this is a shortcut, and the conventional method is also what I discussed in the screen. I'll explain again. I'll tell you this again. No need to worry about that, Andesha. That whenever you have some common terms, like here we are having nai written in both the sentences, 1 and 2. So that means nai cannot be the word for joke, because joke is not getting repeated. Nai is getting repeated for some and some. Similarly, pi is getting repeated 2 times in 1 and 3, and it is getting repeated for good and good. Got it? So we are only left with by, and by is equals to j. Yes, Subhanshi, by is equals to j. The third one where nothing is common. So therefore, it will be equals to jokes. Fine. One more question, guys. Oh, Harshini is elated. Fine. We will have one more question, and this time it's a bit easier than the last one. Oh, third question you were saying. We will meet in the class and discuss all of it again. Don't worry, guys. Okay. Yeah, it was in one statement. So you just need to find out the real answer and then code it into the given answer. Fine. Okay, so quick. Anyone with the logic, please? Gurtej, I'll go. Don't worry. I'll go within 10 minutes. I'll not take more time than this. You are getting bored, good Tej? You're not enjoying the questions? Okay, very nice. Very good, guys. 8 step forward. Who was this? Suryansh. Great, great, great. Thanks for the logic. Ma'am just forgot the logic, you know, but you helped, ma'am. Thank you secretly. Okay, so coming to this question, guys, what we are going to do, this double sign means what? This double sign means that everything on the right side is equals to everything on the left side. That means the relation between 1 and 2 will be similar to the relation between 3 and 4. So what is the relation between 1 and 2? Here 1 is having AJ and 2 is having IO. So can you tell me what are the place values of A and I? A stands for 1, I stands for 9. And if I want to reach from 1 to 9, I'll have to do a plus 8. Similarly, what is the place value for G? If you people remember, I wrote it like this. So it's 7. And if I add 8 to 7, I get a 15. So is my logic working correct? Yes, yes, it is working correct. So this means we will do the same thing in EK also. While solving EK, what we will do is we will simply write EK 5 and 11 and we will add 8 to both the numbers. When we add 8 to both the numbers, we get a 13 and a 19, where we learn that 13 is equals to M, right? And 19 is equals to S. How? This we will learn in our classes. Okay, so I hope to see you all on 10th of October, where I will deal and discuss all these things in the classes. Very good, Anvesha. Same pinch. So we got the correct answer as MS, and this makes it option B as the correct answer for 5. Congratulations, Harshini. Okay, yes, Nityanand, you can also do A plus 6 is equals to J. Similarly, 9 plus 6 is equals to 15. See, just like I told you in the beginning, that my students will come up with multiple correct answers and multiple logics of solving this question. Thank you, all of you guys. That was really nice of you. Now, one more question, one more question. Would you like to do it? Okay, Subhanshi. Okay, I'll take it up, Subhanshi. Okay. After this question, we will have that question and then we will wind up. Okay. This is something related to your GK. So let me see how many of you know this. General knowledge question. You know who a cartographer is? A cartographer is someone who makes graphs. So the relationship is cartographer makes maps. So do you think that numismatist makes coins? No, no, he does not make coins. Okay, I'll tell you the meaning of the first question. The numismatist is a person who collects coins. So the person who collects coins is known as numismatist. So the relationship is collects. I mean A, okay, few A, few B's. So as I told, this person makes map. Geneticist is a person who studies chromosomes. Chromosomes, you know guys, it is present inside our body, DNA. So geneticist is a person who studies chromosomes. Jewelry, again, jeweler is a person who makes or sells jewelry, right? So what are we left with? Yeah, option A. That's a general knowledge question, which means that philatelist is a person who collects stamps. So those who knew it, very good. Those who did not knew it can go back with a new learning today, that mom, philatelist means a person who collects stamps. So if you are also fond of collecting stamps, you will be known as a philatelist. Wow, correct answers popping up, huh? Well done. Okay, guys, very good, guys. Very nice. Okay, let's have a poll in poll. One more question, or should we wind up with one doubt of Subhashi? One more question. Really, are you enjoying? One more, seriously. Okay, one more question. Done with it then. Here's one question, guys, based on number-based analogy. First, you try it, then I'll tell you how to understand whether to do subtraction here, whether to do division here, whether to do multiplication here, or whether to do the addition here. First, you try it on your own, then I'll tell you the answer. Oh, yeah, I'll wind up in 5 minutes. Don't. Gurtej is having something very urgent. What's that very urgent thing, Gurtej? Okay, so many answers coming up. Any logic, please? Can I get a logic also? Very good. 7 table. Hey, we don't have 874 in the question. 574. Wrong typing. Yes. So if I divide it by 7, what will I get? 82. Very good. So guys, how did you reach to the conclusion point that you have to divide only? Whenever we look at the question, we find that this is number 1 and this is number 2. What is the difference between 1 and 2? Is number 1 bigger than number 2 or number 1 smaller than number 2? If this is bigger and this is smaller, that means the value is reducing, right? And if the value is reducing, then either we will go for a subtraction or we will go for a division. So over here, when the difference is huge, like 21 and 3 is having a huge difference, and you can see that all the options and this number is also having a huge difference. So when the difference is huge, we will try to go for the division rule, okay? And if I divide 21 by 3, I get a 7. That means if I divide 21 by 7, I will get the second number. Yes, Rasika, that's no, he does not study coins. He is actually someone who collects coins. Okay, fine. So see, this is 3. So therefore, if I divide 574 by 7. Now guys, a very interesting thing which I want to tell you, which is a trick of mathematics also. No need to divide the entire question. No need to divide. You remember the table of 7, no? 7 ones are 7. 7 twos are 14. Now stop here. What do you see? The last digit is 4, right? So that means if you divide a number which is having last digit as 4 from 7, then you will definitely get a last digit as 2. So what is the last digit in our question? It is 4. If I am dividing it by 7, I will definitely get a 2 in the ones place. So where is 2 in the ones place? In which of the options? Option B. Very good, guys. Claps. Well done. So with this, we are winding up our session for the day. I hope you all enjoyed this class. How was the class? You really loved it? Just need to confirm that in the coins history. Yes, Rasika, in the history, people used to collect the coins and then keep it with themselves and study about them. What is the history, when what is created, all these things, okay?